tell us briefly your own thoughts on what transpired in the NRM delegates conference.
No, first, I think you must acknowledge that unlike other political parties in this country, the NRM has taken a path of a popular internal electoral process. It may have gone terribly bad, but the principle that they have attempted to, in a democratic, popular process, arrive at its leadership is something you must underscore, because the Constitution requires parties to conform to democratic principles in their internal governance. So we've seen them struggling from, flag bearers and now to the National Delegates Conference, the elected members of SEC and new leaders of the party. That process is a process every party must attempt to have, to be able to be connected to the electorate. There are many reasons why the other parties don't have that process. One of them, of course, that nobody allows them the kind of largesse that we saw the NRM have in Kololo. If they try to organize small district functions, they are dispersed by the police. I think I saw one today in Mitiana of PPF or PFF, whatever that name is.
PFF.
Very confusing for those of us of the Peninsulan era.
People's Front for Freedom.
Yes.
PFF.
They are dispersed. The leaders are arrested. Noop is a perennial victim of that sort of process. And so while you want them to have a popular process resembling that of the NRM, you must underscore as well the difficulties that they face. Now, the NRM process, the attempt at a popular democratic process for internal governance, really has run into major problems. You can say it's a learning curve, but it's run into major problems, many of which are self-inflicted. In the sense that while they wanted to give a veneer of a democratic process, that process was very far from a democratic process. It is a process that was marred by anything but democratic practices. So there's a pretense of a popular electoral process, but really it wasn't. From party primaries, these elections have been characterized by bribery, violence, in many cases manipulation, and you can't have an electoral process where the entire NEC is campaigning and also conducting the election. The principles of a democratic practice has still eluded them, even though they are yearning to get it. And so that process that then went to Kololo is a reflection of the difficulties they were struggling with between the NRA and a multi-party system that they now have to have a popular process. I hope that the other parties can be given space and time to try and experiment this process. Because from it we learn. If the NRM doesn't learn anything, at least those of us who are observing from outside are learning from their experience on how to conduct internal party processes. The second thing is this, and I've said this elsewhere, it got me a lot of problems.